everyone, let us see Chapter 4 of Fire on a Treasure Island from the famous Fire by enidblyton. If you have not seen my previous if you have not heard my previous episodes, then the links are there in the description box. Let us have the short review of what we had in Chapter 3. After George took them after George told them that evening that they will go to the island, everyone was very excited. Chapter 4. So everyone in that day was really excited because they're going to go to the island. So they all had a bake that morning and they had a yummy breakfast. Then they also were simply talking, and Annie by mistakenly told that she likes George and she also liked tea. And then when she was about to tell Timothy, George hit her leg because she did not want them to be knowing about her, about Timothy. Now Annie was really scared that she won't take her to the island. So what they did after eating breakfast, Annie took the piece of bread and butter she was spreading on it and gave it to George, who was lying under a tree. Then she told, "Stupid baby, you always are trying to give things out of me." Then Annie told, "I'm really sorry. You can take the boys if you want. I'm not going to come to the island." Then George was surprised. "You don't want to go to the island?" said George. "Would you be miserable?" Annie replied, "Yeah, but still I don't want the boys to miss the treat." Then George told, "Okay, I will take you all to the island." Then Annie was most surprised and went back to the boys and told everything. Then George told her mother that they are going to the island, and they hurried out to the beach. Over there they saw a brown-faced boy with Timothy and with a big boat. He was Alf. He told, the dog is ready and also is the boat." So everyone sat on the boat, and Timothy's tail waving 19 to the dozen, and they all were swimming, and they saw that George was rowing so fast that they could see that they reached the island so fast. Then they went to take a look of the castle. It was so ruined. Then they went over the other side of the island and was much more ruined because in the side of the sea there was strong winds and it broke. "Okay," said Julian, this island has its castle really broken." So then George turned to the other side of the island and stopped in a place. Everyone was confused, and Julian told, "How do you know that we are exactly on top of the wreck?" Then George told, "Look over there. Can you see the church towers on the mainland and the hill on the island? When they mark together, it says we are exactly on top of the wreck where my great grandfather was carrying bars of gold, and it sank." So everyone was looking down in the crystal clear water, but they could not even see the wreck. So George turned a little bit to the left, and they could see some ruined thing, and Julian had a very sad feeling in it. Then Julian and George planned to swim and look at the wreck. George went down and came up bursting for breath. She told, "I could not see it properly, but it was as usual with all the seaweeds and everything on it." Then next Julian went. Since he had learned to see underwater, he could see much more clear picture than George. But he did not stay for as long, go as deep as George. So when he came back, he told that the wreck was lovely, even though he had a feeling that it was really sad. So then it was almost close to tea time. They all turned and then they were rushing back to home. And finally they reached back home 5 minutes late than tea time. So they all drank tea and then they simply walked in the beach. Then it was close to night and everyone started yawning. So, and Annie was talking to George. It was so nice adventure. I guess we'll have more adventures in this island. If you want to see more, please don't miss my chapter 5. Thank you.